morning. Happy Friday, and thanks for joining us here at Eagle Eye A.M. We're so happy to have you. Later on in the show, we've got a special segment coming up with Village Dining, and I can't wait for you all to see it. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Well, it's definitely great to see all of you again.
How's it going?
It's great
been
to
a
be
week. Been another week.
How's everybody's week been?
It was good. Ready for summer.
Real regular? Oh, yeah, that's all we're ever worried about.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I know me and Zeke, and I don't know about either of y'all two, but we went to the rodeo this weekend.
Don't go, never been, probably won't.
Well, it was good this year. Low turnout, but still great time. We really enjoyed it.
Things were definitely a little different. Speaking of which, Auburn's Alpha Psi Rodeo took place this last weekend at Sistrunk Farms, just outside of Auburn. The event has been dubbed as every Auburn student's favorite holiday, and is host to not only many Auburn students, but also people from all over the country that come down to participate in this Southern fun. Things were a little different this year, though. For starters, the name was changed from Alpha Psi Rodeo to Roundup. Also, attendees were not allowed to bring coolers into the gates of the event. This news came out well before the week of the rodeo and was spread all around campus, causing people to begin to make other plans for the weekend. Purchase of food and drink inside of the event was available, however.
I'm sure it was so expensive.
It was. The prices.
I'm sure it was.
It was a reasonable price, but still, it's a lot more expensive than bringing in your own food, drinks, other stuff.
Definitely.
Also, the location was in a different place than in previous years. So some things did stay the same, however, such as the actual rodeo event, as well as live musical performances from some big names around the country music. Numbers were definitely down at the rodeo this year. So what do you guys think about the rodeo and the future that the rodeo or roundup will be if it keeps heading in this direction?
Well, first of all, what would you say rodeo is? Let me know.
What would I personally call it? Great time with some of my Auburn family, watching a rodeo, some bucking Broncos come around, some people trying to ride bulls, and just hanging out all day.
So there's like actual bulls.
Yeah, there's an actual rodeo.
It's a rodeo.
A lot of people think it's just this big party that haven't been, but it's an actual rodeo there, and then a concert afterwards. So if you're into country music, which not everyone is, there was some big names this year, Randy Houser and Luke Combs, and so it was pretty cool. Yeah. But that's what I'd mainly say about rodeo.
I mean, I took my brother and my girlfriend, and she doesn't even like country music, and she still had a great time. So it may not be exactly for everyone in interest, but it's a good time for everyone, no doubt about it. And the weather was perfect.
It was
supposed to rain all day.
Weather.
Perfect weather.
That's good.
Yeah, it was. So.
I hate that I missed it, guys. Darn.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to do it again next year, and maybe some rule changes to get more people out. So
that would be the best thing.
Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely we need rule changes.
No doubt.
Well, you know the saying, a little kindness goes a long way. Well, this proved true for a California Starbucks customer who wrote a barista an apology note with $50 inside because she felt bad for acting rude to the 20-year-old man the day before because she was irritated they didn't have drink carriers. What do you guys think about that?
Wait.
This woman came through the drive-thru and got irritated at the barista at the entrance because they didn't have any drink carriers, so she sassed him a little bit, and then the next day she felt bad about it, so she wrote a note with $50 inside and gave it to him.
I just wonder, have you ever felt that guilty about anything?
Guilty conscience. Yeah, really.
She must have really been giving it to him. $50?
Yeah, and in the note it said she was apologizing for a less than cheerful encounter and said that she was less than understanding and my manner was curt and I need to apologize. You are a young man clearly working hard to build your future and should be commended. So it was a very sweet note.
One of two things happened. Either she said something awful and needed to give him some money so he wouldn't say anything, or she's a really nice person and just had a bad day.
And I would say probably the first one, if I had to guess.
Yeah, well, the barista actually said that she gives herself not enough credit because she's actually not that mean. Like he said on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most rude, she was probably a 2. So she was just a nice lady.
Feeling really guilty.
Yeah. Just had a
nice lady feeling like Kara. Just Kara on a bad day.
She can come be mean to me. She can come be mean to me any day and show up with $50 after the fact. I love it.
Anyone can be mean to me any day and offer me $50 afterwards.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
100% fine with that.
100%. I'm with you on that.
Well, we're going to toss to commercial now, and we'll pick up with Zeke with the weather.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
This week on Tiger on the Streets, or TOTS, I caught up with an Auburn student that is very close to me. So let's take a look. What would you say is your favorite campus dining restaurant?
Probably Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, very generic answer.
Yep.
What would you say is one of your least favorite dining options here?
Probably honestly don't eat on campus enough to have a least favorite. I haven't really even tried everywhere, so
That's good, so no complaints.
no complaints.
Now let's switch over to off campus. What is your favorite restaurant in Auburn that's off campus?
I like any Mexican restaurant, really. Mexican's my favorite, so they're all pretty good here.
Wow, seems like we would get along great.
Probably.
Okay, what is your favorite dessert or sweets venue in Auburn?
I like TCBY. TCBY is good.
And do you know what TCBY stands for?
No.
Care to venture a guess?
No, thanks.
The country's best yogurt. How do you feel knowing that?
Feels pretty good.
Great.
Listen, I'm with y'all. I love Village Dining. I can't wait for y'all to see our segment later on. But as college students, we're all told to gain as much real-life experience as possible in the form of internships, right?
Correct.
Well, imagine being an intern for Chance the Rapper. The Grammy Award-winning artist sent out a tweet on Monday claiming he's searching for an intern, preferably someone who has experience in putting together decks and writing proposals, which in turn set off a frenzy in his mentions. The tweet received over 3,000 responses ranging from qualified applicants to actual photos of house decks. He followed up his tweet with an email address for all respective candidates to send their resumes, and he hasn't said anything else about it since, but I'm sure he is knee-deep in applications right now. Do y'all want to apply too?
Yes.
You can definitely
I want to apply.
I didn't know, but I will definitely do it now.
I don't even know what a creative deck is, but like I'll pretend,
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Exactly. I would
learn.
say I would, and then when I get there, do everything I can to figure it out.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I think the most creative application I saw to date, definitely this guy made a whole website dedicated to his application was the website. It said whatever his name was, chancepicksuchandsuch.com.
Wow.
And he arranged his work experience kind of like a schedule, like a concert schedule, like tour dates. So it had the dates and the location like it would for any other concert, but it had his work experience under it.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I thought
That
that was
just
really
shows
cool.
that he knows how to do it.
Yeah, and Chance actually saw it, so hopefully he gets it. I thought it was pretty
Wow.
cool too, yeah. I don't know. I like Chance.
I would
I like
love
it too.
Definitely
intern
enough to want to be his intern.
And
I would just be
I'm going to see him
starstruck.
this summer in concert.
Oh,
He's coming down to
really?
Orange Beach,
That's
so,
right. Hangout Fest.
Yeah, at
Well,
Hangout
that's gonna
Fest.
be
So
fun.
I'm really excited about that. But to work for him, be an intern for him, would be incredible. It'd be 20 times better than
Oh,
seeing
definitely.
live.
Yeah.
You get to see him every day
That's pretty awesome.
and help him.
Well, that's all for that. We're going to cut the weather with Zeke now.
Thank you. I'm Zeke Walters with your week's weather. As we look across the country right here, it's going to be pretty a little bit rainy and kind of colder than we've had in the past. Auburn's going to be right at about 63 degrees with some probably scattered thunderstorms around the area. Houston's got some nice clear skies and obviously very chilly up north. So it's not a bad trade to at least have some warm weather even when it's raining in the south. So as we look here in our local area, Auburn, Columbus, and Montgomery should all be about the same, right around 62, 63 degrees, and pretty rainy, but I mean, that's part of it. So as we look at the 5-day forecast here, it should be a high of 76 degrees with about, like we said, about a 40-something% chance of rain, so it should be rainy. maybe partly cloudy, and maybe some sunny times throughout the day. And as we go along the week, it should clear up and get a little bit warmer, but expect it to rain on Monday with a high of 74 degrees, so a nice warm rain on Monday as well. And then tomorrow, or today, here on this lovely Friday morning, it should be about 63 degrees with about a 43% chance of rain, so it could rain today. And as we get later on, it should warm up, and the chance of precipitation should drop, so hopefully it won't rain this afternoon. And I'm Zeke Walters, and that's your week's weather forecast.
Auburn Guides is your guide to Auburn University. You can access schedules, create your own to-do lists, interact with friends, and always get the most up-to-date information. The Auburn Guides app gives access to information on the go so you never miss out. Auburn Guides is available for free on the Play Store and Apple App Store.
Well, if you're lonely, experts are now claiming that the grocery store is the best place to find love. With the right strategy, meeting new people is very easy. So some love analysts came together and set up a plan. So you want to hear the basic steps on how you meet new love partners at the grocery store. So the first thing you want to do is pick the right aisle. So from what I understand, you don't want to go to like the toiletries aisle and try to talk to someone that's picking out toilet paper or something. They say it's a little awkward. So you want to pick the right aisle, maybe grocery shopping or something, and then you want to be very observant of what the person you're seeking is buying. You can tell a lot by what a person buys. If they're buying maybe male products and they're a female, then you know that they have a partner already. So you want to avoid those. But if they're buying something that's female product related, then you know that they're just shopping for themselves. So you have a better chance of them being single.
Simple but useful.
Very useful. A little bit stalker.
A little bit stalker.
But it's just observant. It's okay. So the next advice that they give you is be approachable through your body language. So a smile goes a long way. You know, you want to smile a lot. You want to be open to conversation. And then when you start the conversation, you want it to be very casual. So start off with, well, what are you buying today?
How's the weather like?
How's the weather?
Could you imagine? Like, look, let's be serious. Could you imagine if somebody walked up to you in the grocery store and was like, so, I like to buy those biscuits too. Like, you would think they were weird. I'd be like, come on.
That's
true.
You
would think they were so weird.
Well, they say if it does work, the next step is then to get their phone number and ask them out for coffee.
Listen.
Coffee?
That's the game plan.
The amount of times I've been approached in the grocery store, it's probably only worked about 0. Not even once.
But you're picky. You're just hard to please. Me and Hayden have been trying for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are the only ones
because
who
sometimes
can really catch through my heart.
Back before I was in a relationship, of course.
Of course.
I would go.
Hey, girlfriend, I know she's watching.
I would go to Sam's Club and picking up the people giving out the samples.
Oh,
They're
really?
a little older. But I'll tell you, that's probably the best options you have if you want.
My goodness.
They're friendly. It's because their body language.
Exactly.
They're friendly and they're smiling and they want to have a conversation with you.
Okay, well, you test it out this weekend.
Me and Zeke will go.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Please,
We'll go double team it.
I need it on tape.
You know, I have
Innuendo.
a Sam's Club membership, actually, Hayden, so let's go to Sam's Club.
I'm down.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Oh, man. All right, well, stay tuned because right after this break, we'll be talking with Tiger Dining to get the latest news and hopefully get your taste test, too.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye A.M. We're here in Village Dining with our lovely guest of the hour, Glenn Loughridge. I hope I'm saying that right. He is the director of campus dining. Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, so just tell us a little bit about campus dining and what y'all have been doing this year and, you know, what students can be most excited about.
Awesome. Well, I mean, what we're eating today is 844 burger, or you're eating, I'm not eating yet. But 844 burger was kind of devised to give a place to use Auburn beef. So we knew that students wanted a burger spot, and so we thought this was a good place to do it. And then obviously we wanted to use the Auburn beef, and so that's part of what we wanted to talk about today was Auburn Foods, which we're launching this semester. We have our own brand, and the brand Auburn Foods will, so that you'll have a logo and you'll be able to know all around campus where the foods that are being grown and produced on campus can be.
That's awesome.
So you mean to tell me that these cows live on campus, there are vegetables we're eating that are grown on campus that are right in our backyard?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the whole point. We have a rich agricultural heritage here. Obviously, that's a pillar of the university. So it's really something we want to promote. We want to talk about. Obviously, we've gotten lots of grief about being a cow college, but hopefully that's all going to be okay when you have a great burger because of that. So we have a meat slab on campus. That's and we have students that are working there, and so they produce these burgers. We had folks that are in animal sciences who raise the cattle. So every piece of this, not only are you supporting obviously the campus dining, but you're supporting those endeavors as well and those different programs. So I think it's a great way for students who have a product to kind of highlight it on campus.
That's so cool. I had no idea. Because when y'all were originally getting rid of Denny's, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of sad. I was too. I'm like, how could you do this to me? And then they got a four burger, and it's really good. And obviously, because it's a lot fresher, it's way better for you.
Yeah, and I think it's great how people think about the Auburn raised cows, but also how you mentioned about the students that are helping to raise the cows, feed the cows, all this stuff. And I think that's really cool because people that other students might know. Like, you might be going to eat somewhere where one of your friends helped be in the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just think it's really cool how it's also grown here on campus, but also the students help.
They get to see the fruits of their labor.
Exactly.
I think that's a really neat thing to be able to provide something for campus, to see other students interact with what they do. I think that's an important component, and I think what we want as campus dining is to contribute to the educational experience. I mean, we want there to be kind of a learning component here, right? And so you learned about, we have, animal sciences and in this case the meats lab, but in other places like aquaponics out at fisheries where we have tilapia grown for campus, and we're now utilizing a greenhouse next to it to use the water from the tilapia to grow tomatoes and cucumbers. And so you're seeing those in salad bars all over campus, and those are great products. Literally, those tomatoes get picked and brought to campus that day.
That is so cool.
So unless you're a farmer, you're not going to interact with food like that. And so I think there's a bigger message that talks about, hey, support your local community. Right now, Auburn's our community, right? So we want to support ag and their endeavors, and then maybe when you move into a new community, once you graduate, you'll also value that community and want to give back to it by supporting your local farmer there.
So because campus dining is for students, what other ways can students get involved, or are they already involved as far as campus dining goes?
Well, one of the great ways that we interact with students is through SGA, and we have a partnership with SGA. There's a dining director, someone that mirrors my position within SGA, which has been really instrumental in us knowing how to make changes. Obviously, one thing that we do is we always are monitoring the success or failure of different dining venues. We're literally watching how many people come to a venue each and every day. And so, our Auburn students are not big complainers. You vote with your feet. So if you show up every day, obviously it's somewhat successful. And if you don't, then we need to be looking at making a change. And so when we need to make a change, we like to be able to go to SGA and student organizations that will give us feedback and let us know, okay, here are some of the things that we're looking for.
We've definitely seen a lot of change over here, and I don't expect that to stop with y'all anytime soon.
Not a bit.
What can we see coming?
Well, right now, obviously, a couple years ago, we did have a vote, and that was for Einstein Bagels to come back to campus, and we have Einstein's coming in the fall. It will be in the bottom of Haley Center, ready with bagels and coffee in the morning, so you can get a bagel and they got sandwiches at lunch, things like that. So we'll have that available. We also have Panera Bread that's being built in the library, which we think is going to be great for students because obviously in the library you're going to have students that are there in the morning, at lunch, in the evening.
2 a.m.
Exactly. Absolutely. And so we wanted something that kind of ran the gamut, can feed you at any of those different meal periods.
So you won't have to walk all the way to the student center to get something.
Exactly, and I mean, and obviously the Caribou there did fine, but students cannot live on coffee alone and grab and go sandwiches. We wanted fresh food options and some hot food options, so we'll have all of those available.
That's a nice upgrade.
Yeah, I think so.
I love that y'all are pushing fresh because, you know, today everybody's so worried about being healthier and like gluten-free is becoming more of a thing, and everybody's worried about what they're eating, and knowing that the food's grown locally, that people have their hands on it. Like you said, those tomatoes and cucumbers are coming to campus the same day. That's amazing, and it's great. It's better for you.
Sure.
And it's definitely better for campus.
Yeah, no doubt. And about how we were all talking about new restaurants just constantly coming up here, which is great. And you know, you were saying that you use foot traffic and where students go as kind of a way to see how the restaurant's working and
Sure.
which ones to keep open. Well, talking about opening up a new restaurant, about how long do you give that restaurant before kind of starting to evaluate it? Because, you know, you got to have the word of mouth time and everything.
Well, I mean, like, you know, we wouldn't make a change. You know, Olive Branch is new, API is new, so we would probably give that. Both of them are you know, are successful. They're not our most successful, but we'll evaluate them. We'll probably give them another year to kind of get entrenched and for new students to interact with it. And then, you know, I mean, obviously changes is a good thing, and so we'll see if they, you know, if they become staples, everybody loves them, then they'll stick around for a while. And if not, then we'll look for, you know, look to students to kind of help us make the next change and bring some other new option to campus.
Definitely. Now with foot traffic and seeing who goes where, I know y'all recently have introduced the idea of the food shuttle. Tell me a little bit how that came into play.
Well, the supper shuttle, I mean, you know, my analogy is if your favorite restaurant was next door to you and you could walk out your front door and go eat at your favorite restaurant every single night, it wouldn't be your favorite restaurant for very long because you'd just be tired of it. I mean, no matter what it is, no matter, you know, if it was filet mignon every night, you'd be like, if I ever have another piece of filet mignon, I'm gonna die. So that's what we were thinking. Obviously, we'd like for students to be able to go to the different dining venues all over campus so that, especially at dinner, they can get out and branch out. Not everybody, you know, obviously the village with the buffet here, we wanted students who live on the hill and live in the quad to be able to access that easily. Cambridge residents, that was another real concern for us. They're kind of out there, and so we wanted to make sure that they had an easy access route to get to the village and to the different dining options as well. So we're just trying to make sure that students had, it's just, you know, dining is about access. We're not trying to tell you what to eat or where to eat. We're just trying to give you access to a lot of variety.
It's really amazing how much you value students' choice, and you're really trying to give them what they actually want and need versus what is most profitable, what works best for the school. It's all about the student's choice and trying to fit their needs. And I think that's why Auburn's such a good, they just do a good job of having a big variety and a lot of restaurants all over campus, so there's always a new place you can go that's close by.
Definitely. Now speaking of variety, this is 844 Burger here, and we're all about to eat. Y'all all got burgers. I wanted to be different. I got I think this is the buffalo chicken sandwich. Can't wait to try it. What'd you get?
I got the A1 burger. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've yet to try it, so we're gonna see what it's like, but this is one of my favorite restaurants, so.
What is that milkshake?
That one I can't pronounce.
That's all we're
I don't remember what it's called, but it's banana and caramel with all kinds of other stuff, and it's donut holes on the top.
Oh my gosh.
And I promised Hayden one of them.
All right. Got me a good old Mexican Coke because everybody swears it's the best.
Yeah.
And you got?
I got the A1 burger as well and the fries, but I got a regular old chocolate shake. No donut holes on top, but Zeke has been kind enough to offer me one of them.
So, it's a nice trade.
Ellie, you looking a little thirsty over here. What'd you get?
I can't have milkshakes, but I got the single cheeseburger, and I'm really excited about eating it because I've had it before, and it's always delicious.
It is delicious. It's because it's fresh. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm ready to try this now. What about y'all?
I'm good?
Yeah,
Ready? Okay. If it gets a little messy, don't.
Let's see if we can get a little.
No, Hayden, it says a lot about
That
it.
looks awesome. Check that out.
You ready?
Onion rings on the bottom.
Are you
on
serious?
sauce bacon, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Toast that one. That's nice.
No doubt.
All right.
Mmm. Wow. That's
That's
amazing.
good.
Don't
All right.
rotate one to the right.
Just pass them down. Take a bite and pass it down. Yeah, that's great.
And the fries.
Wow, that is delicious.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it.
Enjoy being with you.
We hope y'all enjoyed this segment today on Eagle Eye A.M. We'll see you next week.